welcome back to another Wednesday Wisdom. I hope last week was great, and I hope this week is just as great. Before we dive into our quote today, I do want to kind of recap of last video just in case you watched this video by accident and didn't see last week's. November is Epilepsy Awareness Month, and I wanted to kind of use my Wednesday wisdoms to talk about epilepsy. I feel like it's a topic that is affecting a lot of people, but not a lot of people know about it. And I think that I think it's a great thing for us to know about, just in case if someone does have epilepsy. In my last video, I talk all about the definition of epilepsy and then a few statistics, so check out that video too. But just to kind of recap, if someone is having a seizure in public and maybe they're by themselves, it would be nice to, for them, I'm sure, to be comforted by someone who can comfort them and knows how to. So next week I will be talking about how you can help someone who is having a seizure and how you can help them out and make them as comfortable as possible. I am currently doing a little bit of research on that still, so I will share that with you guys next week. But I wanted to give a few statistics again and also remind you guys that every Wednesday to wear your purple so you can show your support and also spread awareness of epilepsy to those who might not know about it. So, let's see. So just a recap of the last week's ones, because the numbers on those are kind of important for this week's. So 65 million people around the world are affected by epilepsy, and 3.4 million of those people are right here in the United States. 1 in 26 people will develop epilepsy in their lifetime, and I think that is just crazy. If you think of a classroom of 26 people, one of the people in that class will eventually develop epilepsy. So let's move on to some new statistics. 470,000 is the number of children in the United States who have epilepsy. 470,000 is how many children are affected by epilepsy. Huge number. 150,000 is the number of new cases of epilepsy in the U.S. each year. 150,000 new cases in the U.S., just the U.S., each year. 1/3 is the number of people with epilepsy who live with uncontrollable seizures because no available treatment works for them. 1/3 of people have uncontrollable seizures because they do not have treatment for them. I just think that is crazy. The numbers, I feel, are huge, and I feel like we can do something about that by donating. Now, like in the last video, you are going on Epilepsy Foundation, the link's down below, but the website's called Epilepsy Foundation. That's where you're donating. You are donating to SUDEP, which is Sudden Unexpected Death in Epilepsy. I'm just going to read the exactly what it says on that donation website, just so you guys know what you're donating to. SUDEP is sudden unexpected death in epilepsy. This refers to deaths in people with epilepsy that are not caused by an accident, injury, or drowning, or any other known cases. The exact cause of SUDEP is not known, but some potential factors have been identified. Your donation will help support the work of SUDEP Institute to create awareness, drive research, and end SUDEP. So if you guys check the link down below, you guys can donate to that, and I feel like that is a great cause to be a part of. Also, I think I already said this, don't forget to wear your purple, and I know this isn't purple, it's kind of like a gray purple, but it works. Anyway, so moving on, I again am going to be reading out of Khloe Kardashian's book. She just has some great quotes in here, and I like them, so I'm just going to go ahead and read that. So, it says, "No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path." And this was said by Buddha. So I'm going to just say that one more time before I dive into what my interpretation is. The quote is, "No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path." I like this quote because I feel like a lot of times people search to find someone to kind of give them, I don't know, a saving grace, I guess, but in reality, I feel like you don't have to find someone for that. You already have someone, and that's you. You can find that within yourself. If you're struggling or going through a hard time, don't seek to find help necessarily. I don't want to say don't seek to find help somewhere else, but if you're having if you're suffering with mental health or anything like that, of course, go to a therapist or someone like that. I basically think what he's saying is that if you are struggling with something that you can control, you can't rely on someone else to save you from that. You have to rely on yourself and really go seek from within to kind of get your own advice. I know that probably sounds kind of weird and doesn't make sense, but basically, you don't need somebody else to explain to you what you need because you already know. So it's easier to just find that the answer is within yourself. Does that make sense? I feel that, okay, so let's talk about working out, because that's what her book's about, is her journey through fitness and how it changed her, not only body, but mind and soul too. So you want to work out and you want to change your lifestyle. You can't rely on someone else to do that for you. You have to do it yourself. So if you want to see the results, then you have to do it. Of course, you can have people help you along the way, maybe give you a little guidance, but in reality, none of those people are going to make you do it. Only you can make yourself do it. Do what you're trying to achieve. If you want to look a certain way, Billy Bob, your physical trainer, he can help you, but he can't make you want to look that way, And I feel like it takes time. I feel like I'm kind of on a tangent a little bit, but I'm trying to make this make sense, I guess. To me, it makes sense. I'm not sure if it makes sense to you guys, but that's why I always like if you guys comment or even go on Instagram or Facebook and send me a message just saying your interpretation of the quote, because everyone views and hears things differently, and I always want to know what everyone else's interpretation of my quotes or the quotes that I find are. No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path. I also feel like it's, if you're struggling with something, if you're going through a hard time, I feel like it's basically saying too that you have to get yourself out of that rut. You have to pull yourself out, walk the path. You have to do that yourself. You can't rely on someone else to save you from that. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know if this makes sense. It makes sense to me, and I'm sorry if you don't understand what I'm saying, but I feel like it's in a way self-explanatory. The quote is, "No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path." I feel like that just kind of makes sense. It may not to you, which is completely fine. Again, I like when you guys let me know what your interpretation of the quotes are, because it could be different from what I'm seeing it as. So don't forget to do that. If you are maybe not getting what I'm saying, I would love to hear your interpretation and see how that you're taking the quote, But yeah, I just feel like a lot of times people rely on other people's opinions, and I'm sure that I've said this plenty of times before on here, but just because it makes me feel bad, because sometimes people really focus on what others have to say. They want other opinions. They're dying to know what other people think. but really you should just ask yourself, because in the end, that's who's making all the decisions and choices for your life is yourself. And I mean, it's fine to ask for, again, like I said, ask for guidance, ask for help, but don't let that be the only like answer to all your questions. Ask yourself some questions too, and I'm sure that you can find answers within you. I feel like that rhymed a little. But anyway, I don't want to make this too long of a video, but I hope that you guys enjoyed this week's Wednesday Wisdom. And again, I'm sorry if it doesn't make sense to you guys, but that's my interpretation of it. If you guys have another interpretation of this quote, then I would love, love, love if you guys commented down below, or even send me a message on both Instagram and Facebook, which are also linked down below. I would love if you guys would let me know what your interpretation of this quote is, because I would love to hear it. But I hope that you guys are going to have a great week this week and a great day. And this video should be uploaded hopefully here before Wednesday is over. But I hope that you guys don't forget. Oh, wait. What was I going to say? Oh, don't forget to wear your purple in support of those who have epilepsy, and also to spread the awareness of epilepsy. And I will see you guys next Wednesday on our next Wednesday Wisdom. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching. Bye, guys.